Guardiola is over the weekend he was beaten by Aston Villa, but even before that he announced that he was going to leave Manchester City after 10 years in charge and 20 trophies with 71% of winning rate. Hey, that is A-plane. That's A-plane.
In that conversion rate, man.
71% winning rate. Na kina Liam Rosenyo was sacked with 30 something winning rate.
Kuna wengine hata ifiki 20. Na bado wako mahali.
And but on Saturday tulikuwa hapa na mimi, Nyash na Clifton.
Yeah.
And we asked a question between Pep and Sir Alex Ferguson. Who is better? And we could say it was 60-40%.
That is a tough.
Now people were saying, Sir, whatever he did with the most of the class of 92, Pep with what he has done, Moso,
the trophies, the centurions,
yes.
What and what have you.
Na tunaona watoto wake are in management, and that's what we want to talk about now. Watoto wa Pep,
his babies, disciples,
people he has worked with, that we are now seeing managing football clubs at the very top level.
Yeah, but what I've always said, by the way, in terms of apart from everything else, I think Pep's influence in football in general around the world, is just on another level. Alienda Bundesliga, alivuruga huko, kila mtu akaanza tikitaka. He came into the English Premier League. He brought that with him, and if you can see, out of maybe 17 out of the 20 teams in the English Premier League played the similar type of football. That is the influence you're talking about.
And even to the leagues that maybe he has not
played. At a championship huko.
Hizo ligi bado zinacheza tu Pep style.
I'm telling you, so that is the influence he has had in football in general.
Over the years.
Yes.
Some of the players, former players, and now managers, we can say that walipitia kwa mikono ya Pep Guardiola. One of them is now the champion of England, Mikel Arteta.
Yeah, Mr.
Who
Mikel
was
Arteta.
His assistant at Manchester City.
Yeah.
And kuna time hata, I think there's a time people were saying that Arteta ndiye alikuwa anashikilia Pep sana. And when Arteta left, went to Arsenal, was given time to build his own team, to be really in the world of football, kupata a team that gives you 6 years ndio uanze kushinda. I think Arteta is a very, very one of the luckiest managers. And ametoka kwa mikono ya Pep. So you can also say he might have not played under Pep, but having worked with him on a daily basis, there are some things that
you pick.
He learned.
Yes, you pick and go implement.
Yes,
where you get the job. But that's the 3 seasons, especially the 3 seasons that Arsenal came closer before last season. So as we go, those 3 seasons, that's where I thought their football, the football they were playing was now sort of similar-ish to the T to what Pep was playing. Exactly. But this season,
they tweaked kidogo.
This was different. He was more Mourinho than Pep.
And
I insist, guys, you can come for me, but sini ukweli. But at the end of the day, what
they won the
because I'm sure he was like, hey, tumecheza hii nini sana, we are coming close, but I need to get over the line. So for me, that is where he decided, me as a manager, let me just think outside the box. What else can I do? Then he decided, you know what, tutaenda na very compact, haram, corners, nini, as long as it gets us out over the line. Exactly. So, Mikel Arteta, one of the successes. Because of course he's delivered. He's got the Premier League title. Even
without could deliver the title, even just being always being in the top, the so-called top 4 season in, season out. I think that is huge. Now we can say partly we can take it to Pep Guardiola, having worked with Pep Guardiola between 2016, I think, and 2016 and 2019, those 3 years.
Though I'm looking forward now to see what he does next season. Remember, I mentioned it. Is he going to go back to that football, that beautiful, sleek type of football, or is going to maintain the football that delivered him the Premier League title? Yes.
Vincent Kompany, pia tunaweza sema he might have not been under Pep for long. Because I think amekuwa na Pep for some time, then akatoka, went to Burnley, did not work so well.
Because him is more or less a player, Pep's player, Pep's captain, who sort of transitioned to be a manager. Yes.
Immediately.
Yes.
So Vincent Kompany, of course, with Burnley did not turn out so well. Maybe tunaweza sema the Premier League is a very difficult league, and then the financial power of Burnley is not as huge as the financial power at the Bavarian Giants in the name of Bayern Munich.
Yeah.
He went to Bayern Munich and he won the league. And the DFL Pokal. Champions League alitolewa wapi quarters. So you see, and ulikuwa naambia offer with Bayern.
Yeah, with Kompany for me generally. Yeah. I'm not too sure yet about him. Because as I said, that Bayern Munich squad it's a good squad with great talent. Any manager at an average manager can get something out of them, especially winning the Bundesliga. Anybody can win the Bundesliga. So for me, I'm just looking forward to see if he can deliver the Champions League.
Yeah.
If he can better that squad next season. Because I thought they played very, very well. Pressing. And especially the front line.
And if you watch how they're playing, nicely. You can
but
also
I think
say
defensively,
it's a Bayern thing.
It's not, they're very poor defensively. So there's that bit about him. So Kompany, I'm not yet sure. Yes, I just want to see him more. The next year, I see what he does the next season.
But we can say the style of football pia wanacheza,
yes,
it's more or less Pep.
Yes.
So huyo ni mtoto wa Pep. The next one is Cesc Fabregas, really. Of course, alichezea Pep Guardiola kule Barcelona. They won the La Liga with him, akiwa huko Barcelona. And we saw what, of course, Cesc Fabregas has done with Como, playing some nice football. And we were talking about Italian Serie A, where a league that most of you always say that si ligi ball inachezwanga huko inakuanga tamu. But Cesc Fabregas had a very young team this season, and I can say it was more or less the youngest team in Serie A, and finished 4th Champions League football for the first time in their history.
Yeah. So that is big.
And the football they're playing, you can also say is more or less Pep.
The Pep style of football.
Hao ni watoto wa Pep. Kuna moja sasa nakuja Chelsea. Walikuwa naye pale Bavaria. Xabi Alonso. And if you watch Bayer Leverkusen wakicheza, hawako na defensively. Kwanza I read somewhere that Bayer Leverkusen that year did not have even the best of the best in terms of goalkeepers. Hata sahi so many people are saying that maybe Alonso should get rid of mtu kama Robert Sanchez, and other people are arguing that if Xabi did not have a top goalkeeper in Bayer Leverkusen, maybe Sanchez can still continue as his goalkeeper. But if they play the style of football wakona cheza ile ma short passes kina Florian Wirtz
and the pace, and then of course the back three, he prefers wing backs.
Yes,
he prefers using wing backs. Kina Frimpong.
Frimpong was really flying.
Very flying in terms of that. So Xabi Alonso is another one. Him again is more or less he was under Pep as a player. So not the coaching.
The coaching.
Ni Pep in terms of as a player, maybe he picked a few things from Pep.
Pep akiwazushia. Pale kwa locker room akiwazushia. So maybe he might have picked a few things there. With mtu kama Alonso, maybe he has worked with different manager, one of them being Rafael Benitez. So maybe he has that defensive mindset of Rafael Benitez.
He has under different coach. I think he's more dynamic.
I think even under Ancelotti ama Jose Mourinho pia at Real Madrid pia.
So you see, yes.
Yeah, so defensive aspect of it. And also now Pep style of football here, the so-called tiki-taka. So we can say Pep akona watoto wake, people who have worked under him and now have transitioned into football management and they're doing relatively well.
Yes, and maybe now the biggest baby, the latest baby, and of course that is Enzo Maresca.
His replacement.
I think his replacement now, who's coming to replace him at Manchester.
Alitufanya vibaya.
He was part of his squad. He was the assistant coach, assistant manager between 2020, 2021, 2022, 2023. So about 2 years there.
Yes, then he went to Leicester in the championship, won the championship.
Brought them to the English Premier League. Yes, and then Chelsea didn't work out.
Now ukiangalia vile Maresca anacheza ball, it is Pep fully.
He even overthinks like Pep. It must be said, even him he overthinks like Pep
and looks like Pep.
He has the madness. The madness with him.
In fact, if there's one of among all these guys we are talking about, including even Javier Mascherano, who is an ex-Liverpool player, and of course played for Pep at Barcelona, and I think alikuanga kocha wa Messi kule Inter Miami, right? He's also a manager. Xavi is also one of them. Among all these guys we are mentioning, if there's one manager who is purely and typically
closest to what Pep is,
it's Enzo Maresca.
What Pep does, it's him.
Enzo Maresca.
Kila kitu paka hata overthink.
No wonder they have decided to go for him.
it would make sense. It's the closest to their style. So unasema tu twende na continuity other than we totally change. About him as well, Maresca, I think for me just needs I want to see him in a club for 2 years or 3 years so that we can get a very big picture of exactly what he is.
Because let's talk
hakukaa pia.
Chelsea hajaka.
Yes.
Maybe City anaweza kaa.
Yeah, because we need to see more of him so that we can now have a rough idea of exactly what he is. So Pep's influence in terms of football, this is so many. So many.
There's a caller who told us on Saturday that the people who have worked with Pep are managers, players, his assistants.
The conversion rate. Yes.
Wafagi ni TV pundits.
Ooh. And that is a very good point though.
I agreed with that caller, but also we have seen people who played.
It's interest. Because sometimes you try kina feel Gary Neville tried it. It didn't work.
Hata ndugu yake mdogo pia I think alikuwa na team juzi tu.
Yes.
He was even in charge of England women's national team few years ago.
Some have tried, haven't worked out. And then they have pivoted
to Steve Bruce. Steve Bruce alikuwa managers, played under Ings alikuwa anaitwa Tom Ings, also played for
Rooney. Hasn't worked out. I even might just take achane kukuwa manager. I hope he tries something else because I don't think he has.
Scholes will try Oldham.
And somebody told me this, by the way, a few years back, because I nitulianza kuulizana, by the way, and as I've mentioned this thing for a long time. Most great players rarely make good managers. And it's simply because these players, now ukiona ni those exceptionally crazy ones, most of the time they find it very difficult to translate what they know and make it easy and translate it to other players. Ile like kwa nini we hauelewi? The same way nani Thierry Henry.
Acha tushike simu hapa. Kuna fan wa Fagi na Pep. Hello Sport FM, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Collins.
Joshua.
Tuambie.
Asikiza. Pep, Fagi. Hata mnafaa muongeze Wenger pia hapo.
Kwa nini tena?
Yeye pia ni great manager wa England.
Yeah, Wenger was also great in terms of kunacha talent, kunacha top players. But hapa sasa tulikuwa tunasema the kind of the influence that Pep amekuwa nayo, most of the maybe players who played under him ama managers who are assistant wake who are now managing at the very top level.
Tunaweza sema Fagi hakuwa na hiyo nyota kuinfluence watu wawe managers. Lakini ali-influence watu kuwa wenye timu.
Business people.
Biashara.
Biashara. Tunaona watu wame-influence wana biashara, watu wanatengeneza pesa kwa ku-own team.
Yes.
Nadhani ni kadhaa wana own team. Nasema hivyo. Lakini Pep ako na influence kubwa globally actually.
Yes.
Nadhani saa hizi pia technology pia imechangia sana. Kwa sababu anajulikana sana yani globally compare na Ferguson hizo siku. Kwa ajili ya IT pia. Alafu coaching styles pia saa hizo unajua mingi zina depend on technology nini. Yani kando na yeye kuwa mzuri. Technology pia imesaidia akakuwa mzuri zaidi. Kwa sababu vitu tunajua recovery nini yani managers wa saizi na wa kitambo ni tofauti. Wa kitambo ilikuwa more of analog. Kupanga cones sijui nini vitu kama hizo. Saizi alafu pia kuna manager anasaidiwa sana na watu wengi. Hata ndio kwa maana huwa naona akienda anaenda na timu yake yote. Anasaidiwa na watu wengi sana, sijui sporting director sijui nini, vitu ambavyo havikuwa kitambo. So saizi chances za kufanya mtu afanikiwe ni nyingi kuliko kitambo. Mimi naweza ona hivyo, lakini wote na waheshimu. Mpaka ninamheshimu sana kwa vitu ambazo alifanya siku zake. Hatujui Pep kama angekuwa hizo siku kama angefanikiwa hivi, lakini amekuwa na mafanikio makubwa kwa muda mchache. Na timu zenye amekuwa pia si timu za kubambanya ndugu yangu.
Yes.
Ni timu zenye ukisema nataka nini unapewa. Alafu yeye pia ni mtu akiomba kitu anapewa kwa sababu anatoa matokeo. Sawa baba.
Asante sana Collins.
Karibu.
That is Collins kutoka kule Mombasa giving us his thoughts in regards to oja tusiseme ati Sir Alex Ferguson hajatoa managers. Michael Carrick is a manager, Ruud van Nistelrooy has been a manager, Jaap Stam, Paul Scholes alikuwa Oldham, Gary Neville walikuwa manager wa Valencia for some time.
Yeah, and then he pivoted. Aliona
Phil Neville.
Hapa hii ni tricky kidogo. Let me try another thing. But again, as a businessman, Gary Neville is brilliant.
Yeah.
In the media space as well, punditry and what have you.
Yeah.
He's brilliant as well. Yes. So kila mtu akona, I think it's more or less interest and then their strengths.
And let the people who want to get into management waingie into management.
Yes.
Let the people who want to get into this punditry thing waingie into the punditry thing. And wale wanataka
kuingia. And then kuna wale wako in between. Sasa kina Rooney wenye wanatry kufigure out ni management, ni punditry, uko tu hapo in between. And that is something I was explaining to in terms of these players who are exceptional. And somebody gave me an example, even Thierry Henry. He was a brilliant player, brilliant pundit, but see him as a coach, it hasn't worked out yet.
Yeah.
Because for a player who was exceptional like that and talented like that, it's difficult for them ku implement.
Yeah.
Because kwa akili yake ako like, kwa nini ufanyi kenye nakwambia, ama kwa nini ufanyi hiki kitu ni rahisi? Because he has done it and he was brilliant. So translating, moving the ball from here to here, that technique, hana your patience.
Yeah.
So that is why most of them can't transition into management because of that patience, because for them they don't understand
why you
mimi nilifanya hivi, kwa nini wewe uwezi?
Ni kitu rahisi exactly. And that is why most of them. Again, let's also give it to Sir Alex Ferguson, Gabriel Enze, who is one of the assistant coaches wa Arteta. Alichezea Manchester some years ago.
Yeah.
The Argentine pia tunaweza sema ameingia into management. Who knows, maybe in the next few years atakuwa a manager of one of the other clubs. But kama kuna one of the players that me watch at Man United sometimes back, that great Man United team, kama kuna player I thought would have been a fantastic football manager, I thought Nemanja Vidic would have been a great football manager. I don't know why we have not seen him as a manager, because I think as a defender he was very disciplined, and as a manager I thought he could have brought that discipline to his team. But vile umesema kila mtu anachukua njia zake, si ndio? So that is in terms of you can also share your thoughts, by the way. Who do you think has changed the game really? But also you have to agree here, Fergie changed the game when money was
that
not involved.
Time,
when money was not
even
involved.
Even Wenger, that time. With the budget, Wenger came in, kwanza alikuja na first things he changed at Arsenal, chakula. First thing. For him, he didn't understand, because he came from France. He didn't understand kwa nini players were eating chips and what and fried food. Kasema the first things, meal plan. Chakula itakuwa hivi. You have to eat a certain way. He believed in young players. Bringing players that people most of the time didn't even know.
In fact,
and going to other countries.
Tulikuwa tunadiscuss hapa na Nyash.
Yes.
Wenger gave us players like Diaby in that midfield.
Yes.
Joan Joru in that midfield.
Yes.
I remember partnership of Alexander Elba and Matthew Flamini in that was the cog. Wenger went to, was it
alikuwa naenda to bring Moscow. Some random player
brought
but quality, exactly. Something that was unprecedented in England at that time. Yes.
And Wenger made Fabregas, by the way. And can we also give a mention to David Moyes, because Arteta worked under David Moyes at Everton for the longest. I know Arsenal fans mtasema ni Wenger ni nini, but I think his formative years as a footballer was under David Moyes. And let's give it to David Moyes when they were at Everton. I think he was even the captain of Everton before he left that team. So we have to give it to David Moyes, in as much as we want to say maybe player wise alichukua from David Moyes, coaching and management alichukua from Pep, and it also helps that you work under Moyes, you work under Wenger, you work under Pep. Surely it
makes you dynamic. It makes you think differently and find solutions to different things. You're not very one directional. Yes.
Imagine if you work under Jose Mourinho, nakuwa very good manager. Imagine now Pep,
because now Mourinho by the way is back. I can't wait.
Hiyo team ya Mwabili hiyo La Liga hiyo amekuja, tunakuja kuvuruga.
Nani anavuruga? He's coming to vuruga that league.
That is the influence of Pep Guardiola in the generally in football. Personally, I think if you hate him or you loved him, we are going to miss Pep. Gonna miss him.
Yeah, we will.
Kwanza that rivalry that they created na Klopp. That is a rivalry. Maybe Alonso na Arteta might create it.
I'm telling you, mpira ilikuwa inapigwa pale.
And the other day I sat down and I looked at England, the Premier League. Yani the Premier League is going to be, in terms of managers, are going to be dominated by Spanish and foreign, Germans.
Foreign managers. Let
me just put it like that.
It's been like that. It just been, that's been the trajectory for a while.
Why are we saying the Premier League is the most beautiful league yet?
But the thing is, again, England as a country, or generally the Britain as a whole, also not producing great managers.